Hey, good morning, everybody. Rory Powers, Right Line Trading. Hope you had a nice evening. And I'm just going to really briefly just go put the disclaimer up. This broadcast is for educational and demonstration purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please do yourself a favor. Consult with a licensed financial advisor. Okay, let's go back to the charts. Just want to confirm you could see my screen, hear my voice. And some really nice trades on gold and crude right now. And the ES signal A and B. Looks like they took a trade this morning. I'm going to turn the camera off here in just a moment. I just want to make sure I'm live. It's another day at the beach here at South Florida. Amen. Good morning, Kush. Okay. Let's get ready to rumble. It took me in the short trade here on the signal B. Pre-market trade is kind of low volume. And the retirement plan short as well, above us. That retirement plan strategy is on a 2-minute right up here above us. And this is our 30 range NASDAQ. 30 range we refer to as the haymaker. And the 2-minute, the retirement plan. And the NASDAQ strategies are always at the top of our leaderboard. I'd love to be able to take the risk off this trade. We need a little wiggle room. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Doc. Hey, good morning, Scott. This is a breakdown of this strategy on the half hour of the day. You could see 9 o'clock's not the best entry time, but once the market settles down, or even at 8:30, we seem to be more successful. 10 a.m. to 11 looks really good. This 9 o'clock window is the one time out of the day that's in the red. So this is an analysis of the strategy that we're in now, the 30 range, signal B. So the market hasn't really seemed to found a direction just yet. Give it some room. That gold signal A bot is on a hot streak here. I'm going to attach this to this indicator. All right, congratulations, Rao. Great news. Awesome. This is a tough... if you're just joining us here for the first time, this is the AI AutoTrader. My name's Rory Powers with Right Line Trading. And this is an automated system that can simultaneously, well, it does simultaneously trade all of the index equities. We're also going to be trading crude oil and gold. And we'll see if we can't get into a nice trade here. I've got the Apex account on the 30 range on the NASDAQ. And one reason I selected that strategy was because of the performance. You know, I think what I did was, let's see, it looks like it jumped right back in. So the risk to reward ratio on these is really great. We're trading one contract with very little risk. Doesn't appear that this is one contract, though. Wow, that was two contracts, actually. Okay. Let me give it another shot. Normally we trade one. That time it was trading two. And it just so happened to pull in two losers. So we got a little catching up to do here. I'll let it take one more trade, and then I think I'm going to switch it back to my sim. But let's take a look at the accounts. The retirement plan is in a beautiful trade on the 2-minute. Let's take a look at that trade. And what I like to do is when I'm up $600-700 on a position, I'll attach the indicator. I'll attach my stop to our modified fast, and that creates a momentum-based trailing stop on it. We don't want to give back all of our profits, but we still got to give it room. With the Nasdaq, it's if you've ever traded the Nasdaq, you probably know what I mean. This one's giving us some heat. Congratulations, Rao. I'm very happy for you. Rao passed his apex evaluation. Popped straight in long. That signal A is looking at the Laguerre oscillator. And momentum shifts. The RSI line broke through the 20 and it popped in long. Pulled in another loser on that Apex account. So let's put this one on the signal B. That's our top strategy. 30 range, signal B. AI drone. And the gold signal A is tearing it up right now. The signal A AI drone. The gold signal A AI drone. Really gets beautiful trades on gold. Big move down on YM. I love this cash register strategy. ES found one on the signal A. Looks like to the short side. The numbers on the ES are very very nice as well. I'll bring that over now. This is the ES cash register, and you could see the performance on it. And if we do an analysis, I had one of our members ask me how I did this, and if you pull up a trade performance on your control center, new trade performance, and then you put it to analysis, and I like to put the period on the half hour, every half hour. And you can see this is our window, 8:30 to 10:30. We have that one little down bar, and then it picks back up after 11. So this is prime time for this strategy, or it has been this month. This is our cash register results for April. I'm going to attach it to the attach my stop to my modified fast. Yes, sir. That's correct, Michael. I am in Eastern Time. I'm a stone's throw away from the Florida Keys. So our top strategy so far is that gold signal A. Gold signal A is this one right here. It's that gold signal A AI bot. This is the AI drone. So let's put it on the bot. Gold signal A AI bot. And the bot and the drone kind of work together with one another. The E-mini trade is giving us a little heat. haymaker is a very exciting strategy. A little bit of heat on this trade as well. Hey, Rao, you passed trading gold. Which instrument did you use when you passed your evaluation? Well, that NASDAQ 30 range signal B having an off day. The bot is still a little bit in the green, and the drone is giving the bot the information on where to put the stops and targets. Let's take a look at the bot. The bot respects the daily loss and profit targets. The drone is just going to continue to trade and accumulate as much data as possible. Still in this E-mini trade. Well, it'll be interesting to see if gold can break through here. Gold is right up to that area of resistance. And if it breaks through that area, we could have a runner. And there she goes. Trying to push through. The results on the NASDAQ 30 range. It's really one of our, Michael, it's our hottest strategy. The 30 range on the NASDAQ this month it's over 8,000. So the 30 range is really one of our top strategies. That's the signal B. That's the entry. We have two entries on this system. One entry is a trend trading entry. It jumps in the same direction as institutional money. It's going to follow the trend. The signal A entry for April is about $4 grand. And those are the entries that take reversals and the big shifts in momentum. So if we combine them, the signal A and the signal B, for the month you're about 12,000. So it's had a really great month, but today it's what have you done for me lately? you know. So let's see if we could get in the game here. It's back in this short trade. And 10 o'clock is our kind of when market kind of finds its direction. And those signal B's start trend entries, the signal B entries. Once that market settles down, they start popping. A lot of volatility today, big swings up and down. On a day like today, you kind of got to go with a signal A entry. The ES trade is hanging in there. Gold, one good stiff breeze, and it's going to go right through my profit target there. Gold found its way through that area of resistance. I hate to let it come all the way back. So gold and crude. Are having the big days today. And that's one of the advantages of having diversification. If Plan A doesn't work, we could quickly regroup and say, hey, the gold signal A today, or the gold signal B. Very interesting. I was looking at the analysis of the gold signal A and B, and gold signal A, early morning, crushes it. And then later on, after the market opens, it switches over to signal B. So I think timing is always important. So the golden nugget, or gold signal A, is taking those big reversals. So if this RSI line, if it continues to retrace to the 50, and this RSI line breaks through the 80%, it's gonna jump in short. We call the 30 range Nasdaq the haymaker for a good reason. It could be getting pummeled, and then all of a sudden it catches two or three big ones, and it's on top of the leaderboard. So I really wouldn't count that one out. You gotta Sometimes we have to absorb a few losers on it. We are coming into that 10 o'clock window. Yes, David. We have them both activated. And the bot drone, when all of the conditions are met, will execute and manage the trade on your behalf, whether it be A or B. With this volatility, big swings up and down, the A does the best. If we have a clear direction in the market, then the signal B is definitely the way to go. This E-mini trade is kind of lingering. It was a beautiful entry. It's just a little bit choppy. The Dow is in. All right, we're coming into that 10 o'clock window here. This is prime time for that 30 range, right at 10 o'clock. Let's take a look at the gold. I was showing Micheline. Micheline is one of our members, and she was asking me about gold. So with gold, and I think this illustrates, how important it is to. These are our signal A's, and starting at 5 a.m. all the way up to about 7:30, it's all green. But after that, it switches over to the B. We'll do the signal B. And then it's the opposite. At the market open, they're all green bars. So pre-market, it's the signal A on gold. And then after that bell rings, it switches over to the B, does better. So it did pop into this trade. And the nice part about it is what we could do in our strategy parameters. I just want to mention that the amount of data I'm showing is pretty insignificant. It's only about 10 or 11 sessions, 10 or 11 days. So you really wouldn't want to base your decisions solely on that with such a small data set. Maybe if we had 3 or 6 months of data to look at, you could put a lot more weight on it. But that gives you a very small picture of how the system's been doing recently. Sunil, that's a great question. These are strategies currently that aren't set up to scalp. With our current ATM strategies that I have in place for today's session, we're running about a 4 or 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So if we're risking 20 ticks, we're looking for 80 ticks, about 4 to 1. However, the good news is these strategies have fully adjustable settings for all the parameters. So if we wanted to, we could certainly make it a scalp strategy. And we put together a really nice video that goes through all of the parameters of the strategy. And I'll put a link in the chat box so you could check it out. But you could absolutely customize the inputs to make a scalping strategy. Sure. But to answer your question, Sunil, these are going to hold them for a little while. I wouldn't call it a scalp, but it's not a swing trade either. It's a day trade. And I put a momentum-based trailing stop on it. What's nice about it, though, is it does give us the ability to kind of play around if we want to on a discretionary basis. The stop and the profit targets are projected on your chart. So if you have a runner, you could surely, move your profit target, keep moving it further and further, and your stop down, locking in the profits. So here we go, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is our window. I'm going to go back, and I know I'm down a lot on this account, but it's an evaluation account. But I'll put it back on Signal B at 10 o'clock and see if I can get into a winning trade. A lot of short positions here. You can see everything is short. ES, crude, gold, Dow. The system jumped in. Oh, it looks like I'm in this ES trade to the downside, actually. I didn't even know. So I did play this. I love this strategy. And I did play it on this NASDAQ account. I'm sorry, on this Apex account. Really need to make some of that money back, so I'm going to squeeze it a little bit. Really like the 5-minute signal A. That was the one that I showed you earlier that for the month is up, $3,000 or $4,000 on very few trades. It doesn't overtrade. It kind of finds a position, and you know what I'll do is I'll put it on the. Well, it's okay. I'm kind of down a little bit on this Apex account, so I don't want to get too far in the hole on it. Okay, so let's go back to the accounts. What I was saying before, if if the Nasdaq isn't doing well, we have other strategies that you could certainly use. The ES is definitely one of them. Crude oil, gold, very volatile right now. Let's ask David Wise what he thinks about the SPY coming down. Looks good to me. Let's give this some room. I asked David in Skype. I said, "Good morning, David. Is the SPY going to keep dropping?" Let's see what he says. David is our options trader, and the core part of his methodology is relative strength versus SPY. So he spends the entire day watching the SPY, and he said, "I wish I knew. It is below the 8 EMA and 15 EMA." Come on down. So I'm going to take this strategy off. Well, you know what? We'll let it run on this Apex. The 2-minute. He said 512.09 is the next support. Mm. Nice. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. Holy moly. Those are the things that happen when we're trading, It's crazy. So it just jumped into the NASDAQ as well. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, that hurt. Well, you can't blame us for trying. We were in a position there where we could have made this a really nice day. NQs just won't cooperate today. But the E-mini is like a Mack truck, man. Very slow and deliberate. All right. Well, it got us back about $1,000 on that trade. And the gold signal A back in. Boy, this one's hot today, huh? This one is hot today. This is the first day in a long time that the NASDAQ hasn't been on the leaderboard. Now it's headed. Now it finally got that short roll. You could see the volume. We just got a big volume spike. The signal B jumped in on the ES, which is that trend trading strategy. So we caught the beginning of the move. This one got in at the meat of it. So the ES is really trading well today. Has been all week. All week. The ES. Let's go to our performance. Let's go to our performance on the ES. That strategy that I just used for that trade, just so you could see, that ESAI drone, 4,300 this month. 4,300. And if we could look at the times that it does the best on this analysis, and it's kind of a mixed bag. But really a beautiful summary. Look at the risk to reward on this. The average loser is 173. The average winner is 734. Now the gold just caught this reversal that fast, and But this is really a beautiful equity curve. You can see very little drawdown. It started off the first couple of days of the month with a little bit of a drawdown, not bad, 350. And then it kind of caught fire. And it's got a really nice equity curve there. So the signal AI bought on gold. And the ES, both on fire. The Haymaker is the only one in the green on the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at the Haymaker. NQ Haymaker. 30 range. Haymaker. Some really juicy positions here. On the Dow and gold. Getting this reversal here temporarily. Things change very quickly. I'm going to take a bathroom break. Just give me 5 minutes, everybody. Hold the phone. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Franco, good morning. Are these strategies also part of the flow tracker system? No, that's a separate system. That's a different strategy. This one is leveraging our market internals suite of indicators. The money flow tracker is the automated strategy that those indicators are used is called the Revo strategy. Two different animals, two different systems. Well, listen, this Signal AI bot is making a believer out of me today. It's running up the score. Well, I tell you, I've been keeping my eye on gold. I trade it every morning. Today again, the signal, the gold, I believe it was, Tuesday, had a huge day. Mark actually, Mark got seven. I'm referring to Mark Miller. He got seven evaluations passed trading gold the other day. And there's a video on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Here we go. Let's see if the haymaker can put us back on the board here on the NASDAQ. Irfan. Yes, sir. There's my friend. Irfan's in the room. Irfan's, man, he's a great prop trader. He's got numerous funded accounts. Very conservative. He treats this like a business, just like all of us. Welcome home, Irfan. I'm going to be get together with Irfan a little later this afternoon. We are green on the day, yes, sir. You can see our top strategies. This is our leaderboard here. Glad you made it. We keep our leaderboard here. We know exactly which strategies to focus on. And we look historically which ones are performing the best. And that weighs heavily into our decision making on which ones to go live on. Wow, great job, Rao. Man, you're smart. Gold and crude, man. You hit the nail on the head today. You love gold. You always trade gold. You're in gold every day, and it's paying off. Gold and crude. Let me see if I go with my strategies. Let me see what I have here. For gold, this is the ATM on gold. We have a 15 tick stop, and our profit target is 90. So that's a 6 to 1. 6 to 1. We're only risking $150 We have the potential to make 900. So I'm going to put this here and try to get back on this account on gold. See if we can catch a bounce. The signal A has been hot. And crude oil, let's look at our leaderboard. Black gold is in a trade. E-mini. Look at gold is in that huge position on the AI drone. Huge short position. And we have several ways to manage the trade. One, if your trade's up 600-700, you want to squeeze it just a little bit. One way to do it is to right-click on your stop. And this will come up, and you'll just hover over it and attach it to an indicator and go to Properties. And then select the Modified Fast. That's our 15 EMA. And what that does is it brings the stop and it ties it to this Modified Fast indicator, this dotted line, which is our 15 EMA. And it's going to squeeze it a little tighter. But if you're up $600-700 on the trade, you certainly don't want it to come back too far on you. So this is ensuring yourself, you're squeezing your trade a little bit, don't get me wrong, but you're locking in that profit and you're guaranteed that you're going to make money on the trade. And this thing is just flying to the downside. Gold is just recently at an all-time high. There it goes. So the signal A is up 1,200 today. Amazing. The strategy parameters allow us to set a profit limit and a loss limit. If you're satisfied with 1,200, you could set it in your strategy parameters that once it reaches 1,200 or any value, it'll stop trading. David said the SPY bounced off of yesterday's low. So he said the SPY bounced. You could see on our chart just a huge area of support right here. We took that trade and got out of that position just before that area of support. Wasn't a bad entry. Wasn't a bad exit the way it looks now. Here we go with a big short roll. Exactly. Exactly. Probably might have popped me into that. Yeah, I'm sure it did. I think I'm in a long position gold. Let's take a look. Yeah. So I took the signal A. I was inspired by Rao. Let's see if we can get this bounce. I'm going to pin this right to my modified fast. I know I'm squeezing it. Well, let's see if we can get this this market to keep going up for us. Nice trade on gold. All right. Made some nice money. Now it's boom. It just caught the roll to the downside. Oh no. Gave 150 of it back. Let's go back to the Signal AI drone. And the drone is still in this long position. It didn't squeeze its stop like I did. I attached mine to the 15. Excuse me. This strategy was the same exact entry, but did not attach it to the 15. So it's really cool to see this. You know, what coulda, shoulda, woulda. This is the coulda, shoulda, woulda trade. If it goes all the way, I could toss and turn tonight and say, why did I do that? Yes, Irfan, that one contract strategy is really nice. Nobody likes to take a big drawdown. And with very little risk, it puts us in the in a really good position to pick up a really nice winner. You know what? I think I might go with the ES signal A, only because David just told me that that's the low. Yesterday's low it bounced off of. So I'm going to take his advice on this, and I'm going to go back in on that ES if I can find it. Oh, I'm still in on it actually. I made $1,000 on the ES 5-minute, and I'm still in that one, and I did well on the gold. So if should bounce it, we should pop into this long position on the E mini any second now. If I'm not in it already, yeah, I am in it. So I actually got this bounce. Well, if I can just get a little room here. That's good to know, Rao. Rao's trading 3 contracts, and he does very short period trades. Everybody has their own style, and what's really great about this system is in the strategy parameters, every single one of our inputs is completely adjustable. I could scroll down to the data series, and I could trade this on a 1-minute bar. I could trade it on a tick bar, a volume bar, a range bar, a minute bar. Really, any time frame that I want, a second bar, and I can also control the ATM strategy if I want to do a scalp or if I want to do a swing trade. I can put my profit. I could put as many contracts as I wanted. I could do several different profit targets. I could have a trailing stop. I can go to break even plus or minus. I can really configure some very unique ways to manage these entries. And then the conditions that we have, we can make it really as conservative or aggressive as we want. Once you check off one of the 2 entries, we have 2 entries. We have the signal A and the signal B. The big difference is the signal A is looking for reversals, a big swing in momentum, and signal B is a trend trade. It's just going in the direction of the trend. And I would select one of my entries that I wanted to take. I could put a volume threshold. I could put the bias, which is a multi-time frame alignment of trend. I can use market structure, which are my moving averages. The 15 would have to be green or red. The 50 would have to be green or red. And those are really good assessments of momentum as well. The 15 above or below price. And I really go into depth in our Module 1 of our Masterclass series. And I'm going to put that link in the chat box. We got that bounce off of yesterday's low. Yesterday's low is where all these blue lines are. We'll see how that one pans out. The gold signal A is back in, I see. I might be in on that one too. Yep. So we're in two long positions, one on gold and one on the E-mini.
Order submitted.
Okay, I put that in. So now that I have some wiggle room here, I'm going to attach my stop again. Only because I'm kind of down on this account today, and I don't want to really give back all of my profit. So I'm just going to attach it. I'm going to squeeze the trade. Mark Miller's the best at not squeezing a stop. I'm very envious of him. So I just put in the chat box here. Let me see if that link is working. Actually, let me put the link. Sorry about that. I don't think the link came through very well, but I'm going to put it in there so it does. And I also want to put a link in for this evening's webinar at 7 p.m. Let's keep an eye on these two trades here and see how they do. ES is trying to break through this 50 EMA. Which those moving averages really do act as resistance in this case. My daughter has a very healthy set of lungs. You could hear her in the background exercising. Come on, gold. Very low volume on gold. I was speaking to one of our members yesterday, gentleman in Dubai, and he was showing me, how he trades some of the commodities, and the price spike on cocoa. What they used to make chocolate. Oh my God! It's like 250% year to date on the price of cocoa. A huge price spike. So we kind of made an adjustment today based on the performance of the strategies today. So having all those strategies and being part of this group, Rao, who's in our room, was telling me how much money he was making trading gold, and I looked down at my leaderboard, and I see gold is at the top. You know, gives us a good indication, gives us some good information, valuable information. So the right move today was to pivot off of the Nasdaq and go with what was working. And what was working today was gold and the E-mini. I'm going to try to give gold some room here. I think I have a good opportunity here. I don't have any risk on the trade, so all I can really do is win money. So I'd love to see it come right back up here to this area of resistance. That would be very nice to see. At any time, if I wanted to take profits on the trade, or if you're in a trade and you want to take profits, you could always hit the close button. You could drag your stop and squeeze it. There's a number of different ways to exit a trade. I'm going to let mine play out, though. I've attached my stop to the 15 EMA. So gives it a little room. And at the same time, it's not going to give it all back. Sounds like it's lunchtime. There we go. Hey, good morning, Patrick. Hey, better late than never, sir. Thanks for joining us. We were just talking about the strategies that are making money today, which happen to be gold and the E-mini. Sure, absolutely. I'll show you the way you do that, Patrick. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great question. People that play around with those inputs, we really love, people like you that think of different variations and inputs for our strategies. We highly encourage it. We, you know, we want to bring it back. Our contest, our weekly contest, that if you were able to put together a strategy, we have a contest and it wins, and it's the most profitable strategy. Not against the ones that we have, but against other people's that are participating in the contest, then you win a prize, a really nice prize. But let me show you how you do that. If I open up the inputs of the strategy, I'm just going to go to my Strategies tab and select New Strategy. And I would select the AI AutoTrader P. And where it says the fast line input, now you want to use the 20 SMA instead of the 50. So that's our slow line. So that you would put in as a 20 period instead of a 50 in order to accomplish what you're trying to do. The slow line is the 50 EMA. Okay? And then some of the conditions regarding the, I like to refer to that as market structure, is where you see 50, you would substitute that for 20 if you change that period. So if 20 is above or below the price, it's going to satisfy that condition. If it's not, if you have that checked, it becomes your filter. Now that I'm this close, now I think I do want to squeeze it a little. This gold trade is kind of popping up on me. And I'm going to kind of do what Mark Miller does and just kind of let it go. Bring my stop right to the low of that previous candle. I'd like to see it come right up here. Let's not sell ourselves short on this trade. The reason why, Pat, is it's an EMA of an EMA. It very much resembles a 15 moving average, a regular moving average. If I put our modified fast with a slope of 7 and a 15-period moving average on a chart, they would almost look identical. Ours is a little more smoothed out. But that's why we call it that's why the period is 7, because it's an EMA of an EMA, and it very much resembles a 15 moving average. So the ES is trying to help us out here. Okay, let's go back to the accounts. Let's keep an eye on the ball here. Crude oil just took a beauty. Let's take a look at the crude oil trade. See if I can find it. Oh, the Dow, the Haymaker, here it is. Here's that crude oil trade. Let's stay right on the previous bar's low for our stop. Had some great opportunities today. And I really love that about this system. It puts you in a position every session to come out on top. I'm the world's worst trader, self-admittedly. Left to my own devices, I'll blow out an account quicker than you know. But this system can actually make even someone like me look like a good trader. And Mark Miller is going to be trading tomorrow. We'll be starting about right around 9:30. So I'm going to let these trades play out before we close, and then we'll just go over and highlight the best strategies today. You're fun. You're funny. What could possibly go wrong, huh? Okay. So the big winner of the day is going to be that Signal AI drone. And I was able to jump in on it and get a couple of nice trades. Now, had I not attached my stop to the 15 EMA, this is the trade that I'd be in. Well, one thing, Irfan, and we're going to be doing some brand new videos on the best practices and basically how to trade the system and use the tools of NinjaTrader to our best advantage. Their trade performance tool is really great. Gives us some great analytics. But one thing I want to mention is trading through the news. It's a double-edged sword. Man, we have the all-time record. Mark set the all-time record trading through the news report. I think he made $3,000 or $4,000 on just one, not using a trade copier or anything like that. Just one account, somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000. But listen, trading those news reports, it could go the other way against you. So if you're an aggressive trader and that's your style, then the news reports are right up your alley. If you're more conservative, then you probably want to disable, when the new big news reports come out, like the CPI report. Let all the volatility kind of wane a little bit, and then re-enable it. See, now this is a perfect example of, what's the better decision, to move your stop or to allow it to mature. So this gold trade is the same one that I attached to the 15 EMA that stopped out. And this one, you could see where the stop is on this one. Now what we are going to do, though, is you could see the wick on this candle comes right up to within, it looks like 6 ticks of our profit target. What it's going to do is it's going to have a predefined value that we could put in ourselves, maybe 10 or 15, maybe 10 ticks. So if it comes within 10 ticks of your profit target, it's going to put a kind of a bracket around it, and it's going to squeeze it, is what it's going to do. It's going to give you an equal risk to reward from your profit target to the bottom of that bracket that I just described. It's going to be an equal distance. Let's say 5 ticks to your profit target, and then your stop is going to squeeze it to 5 ticks. So you're not going to have a big disparity where this can retrace all the way back down. Yeah, I think some of the prop firms allow trading through the news, and some don't allow it. So Irfan is he's referring to trading through the news reports. I'm not sure which. I think you're with Apex, but I'm not 100% on that. Quietly still in the ES trade, and this one it takes patience sometimes with the E-mini. You could be in these trades for hours. And we've got a really nice trade down here on black gold. So we had some really great opportunities today. The AI bot just jumped out, just got out of the trade. But the drone is still in there. Okay, Irfan said news is not allowed on Apex. Okay, thanks, Irfan. You can choose the range of that, Chad. I like that name, the squeeze bracket. That's basically what it is. It's going to have an equal amount of risk to reward when you're within predefined, and you would fill in the blank if you want it to be 20 ticks, 30 ticks. It's totally up to you. When is it going to be available? I'm going to find out for you today, Chad. I know Sergio is working on it. Hey, English. Christo. When are you coming back to South Beach, Christo? What that probably is, Chris, it could be one of two things. I would, number one, I would check to make sure you're on the right contract date. Oops. You want to see, well, you know, where I would start with that is either data or your account. Data or your account. So build just a plain chart. Build a plain chart and put it on the correct data series on gold June of 24 or NASDAQ June of 24 on a chart, just a blank chart, and see if you're getting live data. It can only be one of two things. Okay, so you are getting live data on gold. Are your in your strategies, if you go to your control center and you click on strategies, you want to make sure the instruments are all on the right data series and you're on good accounts that are active and valid. I'll tell you what, I don't want to waste everyone's time, but if you call the office after I end the video, I'll take a look at it and we'll get to the bottom of it. Yeah, Chad, that new squeeze bracket is going to be really great. I know I read in the chat that I think you had wrote that. I was reading a message that you. Oh yeah, you were putting the results that we were getting. That was a really nice spreadsheet you made. So Ohio weather is cold. Is it still cold up there? Yeah, give me a call. It's either the account or the data. If it's not taking trades. So you could see if I was a little better of a trader, not so emotional, and I let that gold trade go, and there's no doubt in my mind Mark Miller would have done it. I'd still be in this trade. What I'm really hoping for now is this. Obviously, I'm hoping for this ES trade to pop up for me. So you can see that Signal A AI drone right now is, at about 1,500. And it's in this beautiful trade here. Weather's awful. Christo said the weather's awful in Ohio. Yeah, I used to live in Syracuse, New York, so I know what you mean. You know, originally being from Miami Beach, my friends would say to me, "Why did you go to Syracuse?" And I said, I've always wanted to live in New York when I was younger. I was a big Yankees fan. I thought New York was going to be this great place. I had no idea Syracuse was way upstate in the middle of nowhere, where all it does is the clouds come out and the snow comes down, and you don't see the sun for months. It's hot in India, huh, Rao? 99. Wow. Now, is there a lot of humidity in India, or is that a dry? Is it more of a dry heat? Down here in Florida, we have really high humidity. But over on the West Coast, like in Arizona, it's a dry heat, kind of like a dry sauna in the desert. Florida is very humid, a lot of moisture. So, come on, yes. Dry heat, gotcha. That's a little more That's a lot more tolerable than that humidity. Let me tell you. Well, I'm getting this bounce now on the ES. The bracket squeeze. Yes, sir. That's the move on the E-mini that we needed. Look at that gold trade. Just a beauty. Well, I appreciate that information, Rao, that earlier. That was helpful. It's sometimes the answers are right in front of us, and it just takes acting on it. I'm looking right in front of me. Gold and crude is going, right up to the top of the leaderboard in the ES. Um, Time to pivot away from the Nasdaq. All right, we're going to go another 5 minutes. If we're still in these trades, we'll close out earlier. I was trying to let these trades mature, but we might be here to until this evening. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, Bernard, welcome. I hope Charles got your system installed. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining me. I was actually talking about you earlier. I was talking about the cocoa that you showed me yesterday. Bernard's in Dubai, and I was talking earlier about the value of cocoa with those commodities that you were showing me yesterday. I was like, "What's the ticker?" He said, "No, it doesn't really work like that." What was it, Bernard? 250% this year to date. Okay. Crude oil on the AI drone. The bot got out, but the drone is still in. It looks like the drone told the bot to move those profit targets in on crude oil. Irfan, the Nasdaq didn't do well today. I hit my loss limit. Yeah, the other instruments did well. Price of crude is, man, it's high. $85 a barrel. When I got this kind of room, the E-mini is kind of lingering. We need a strong breeze here. Push this thing up. They did, Irfan. They made all the difference in the world. All right, it's 11:30, and it looks like I'm about to hit my break even. I put my E-mini to break even. And gold is might be in this trade for a while as well. So the big winners today were gold and crude oil and the E-mini. They're all up on my leaderboard. And my Apex account is about break even. But I am in this ES position, so I do have a chance. I'm still alive. But we fought back nicely on the Apex. We took a couple of early losers on it and fought our way all the way back, which is always nice. But look, gold, the signal A on gold, the signal A on crude oil, and the signal A or B on the E-mini did very well today. But the winner, it's still undecided, but it's going to be the gold signal A by a long shot. Gold signal A. And Suzanne was talking about it. Suzanne is one of our members, and I was reading late last night. And that's why it's so nice to be part of a community of traders. In our Discord chat, there's some really valuable information of people that are doing well. They'll share how they're doing it, and that's the information that we need. That's the information we need, and put it to practice. It's one thing to read it; it's another thing to, hey, let me take action and do it. And she's been making a lot of money consistently with that gold signal A, and she was. She was mentioning it in Discord. We have really a great Discord chat group. I'll try to bring it up without blanking out my screens. We have a general chat channel. This was last evening. Here she is. She's saying that she's trading gold with great success. She does it early in the morning. So really some great information in here. We have the daily results channel. A lot of our members post which strategies are working the best, which ones aren't working, and our prop trading resources. If you're a prop trader, we've got a ton of prop traders in our community of traders. So there's power in numbers. So thank you again for joining me today. We're still in this E-mini trade, but I'm not going to, it's a little like watching paint dry, so I'm not going to torture you. And I hope you have a blessed the rest of your day. Tomorrow, God willing, Mark Miller will be here, and he's going to be, it's Miller time. He's going to be trading the AI auto, and he's got numerous funded accounts in the trade copier. It should be a lot of fun, so I hope you'll come and join us. Thanks again, everybody, for your time. Rao says, once you get in the habit of trading gold, you'll never look at the other ones. So you're making a believer out of me, Rao. Thank you for the great information today. Have a great day. I'm going to go have lunch.